All right. Well, today we're going to talk about the 4 commitments. This is a huge shift. I mean, you've heard during health assessments prior and different times that we have called this the 4 components. And it is the 4 components, but we are going to change the wording to help you understand what it takes to truly be committed to a full transformation in your health. So we're going to change the wording from the 4 components to the 4 commitments. And I'm going to break them down exactly what they are and how we can help you be 100% committed to the transformation that our program will allow in your health. First one is, are you committed to let your coach coach you on a high level? We want you to help us help you. As a coach, we want to help our clients not just to get to their goal, but to help support them and guide them to create a lifelong transformation. To do that, you need to stay in communication with your coach. So, you know, most of you know that we do at least 1 week check-in. Every week we want to communicate with you. We want to hear how you're doing, what we can do if we need to make some adjustments or whatever. But that is a great time for you to ask questions and be engaged with your coach. So, you know, the first thing that you definitely want to do is to, you know, communicate with your coach on a weekly basis. So whenever your coach reaches out to you, don't go radio silent, no matter where you're at. I mean, if it's been a great week, if it hasn't been a great week, whatever, you know, just know that we're there to support you on your journey. There's never a time that you're in trouble or you have to feel bad about a choice that you've made. We just move forward. And for us to help you the way that we want to is for you to be in communication with us.
Yeah, when you talk to other coaches, this is probably the number one thing that maybe is most frustrating to them and to us, to be honest with you, is to have clients that go radio silent on you, because you really have invested into these clients, and we do invest into your lives and want to know, okay, how you're doing, what you're doing. And once you get to the point to where, okay, I'm not getting any communication back, that really just is frustrating, to be honest with you. So the number one thing that really helps in your growth in this is a communication with your coach, that if you have an issue, say if you made a mistake, and you, like Suzette was saying earlier, you've made a mistake and you are feeling a little bit bad about it, when you contact your coach, they're not going to beat you up about it. What they're going to do is say, hey, you know what, you've made a choice. Now we're going to move on from that choice. That's in the past. There's nothing we can do about that. Let's improve. Let's just keep going, get right back on. But if you're not doing that, we can't really help you if we're not getting information from you.
Right. And instead of guessing, if there's something that you aren't sure on, instead of guessing, ask your coach.
Yes.
You know, you don't have to wait for the coach to contact you. This is your journey. Feel free to call, text, communicate with your coach, because we do want to help you not have to guess anymore, to really know what your next step looks like or answer those questions.
And as coaches, we love that. We love to hear from you, because now we know that you're invested too. Okay. We are investing our time, our knowledge, what we love to do with you. But when we hear back from you without us having to contact you, but you step in and contact us, now we know that you're invested in also. We know that, hey, this person really has a goal and they're wanting to reach their goal.
Yes, exactly. All right. So now I want you to commit to taking your mind on a journey. So the habits of health part. So growth mindset is where I can try a different strategy. Is this really my best work? This may take some time and effort, but that fixed mindset is, I can't do this. This work is good enough. I'm doing okay. I'm doing the 5 and 1-ish. It's okay. This is just way too hard. You know, the negative. So we're going from the negative mindset to what is possible. And really, to do that, there's a few things that I would recommend. Are you reading or listening to the elements from your life book? You know, some of you may not have the paper copy of the Habits of Health in the life book, and that's okay. We have digital versions of a lot of things, and Zoom, different calls that is on YouTube that you can listen to the elements. But are you doing that? A lot of us are in the car for maybe short to long periods of time. You could actually listen to one of those while you're in the car. Are you journaling? May not be for everybody, but for a lot of us, journaling is a way that we can express ourselves to ourselves. You know, write down how you're feeling, where your struggles are, or keeping a food log, something that you are putting it on paper. Are you making time for mind growth? Are you reading, listening to podcasts, spending time, you know, with your thoughts, praying, whatever that looks like for you? But are you making time for that type of growth?
Right. Do you have your goals out in front of you? Are you looking, are you keeping those goals somewhere where you can see it and know that this is what I'm looking for? A lot of times we forget why we did it, why we started. Okay. And that's because we're not reminding ourselves. We're not putting those reminders out there. We really do need those reminders of our goals. Why are we doing this? So some days get hard. You know that. Some days are just hard, and it would be easier just to say, I quit.
The fixed mindset.
This is too hard. This is too hard.
I can't do it.
Yes. Stick that goal out. Keep that goal out in front of you. Put it on your phone. Put it on your fridge. Put it on your mirror. Do something to make sure you're seeing that goal as often as you can throughout your day. That way you can get that in your mindset set on something in the future and not what you're seeing right now in the present or what you've had in the past, but you can see your mindset where you're going to be in the future. So it's really important that you fix that mindset on where you're going to be. You can see yourself where you're going to be later and not where you're at right now.
Yes. And, you know, telling yourself that this is too hard, I can't do that. Reword that.
Negative talk.
Yeah, you can. You can do anything you set your mind to. It may take some work, but you can. Quit saying I can't. Strengthen your community. Will you commit to the community piece? Well, if you're on this Zoom, you've already started committing to that, and that is awesome. We want to really surround ourselves with people that are encouraging, walking the journey with us. And this is a great place to do that. We also, if you're on Facebook, and if you're not, I would make a Facebook page just to be a part of our community page. You don't have to be Facebook friends with everybody, but being able to be in our lifelong transformation page, that is our community page. It is full of so much encouragement. We have recipes on there. We have different Zooms that you can go back and listen to the recordings, but people just interact with one another, encourage one another, celebrate one another. We also have our Monday night community call, which is, you know, a larger level than this one. This one is our smaller, more intimate one, but our Monday night, we have that at 8 o'clock Eastern time. And that's another place you could get plugged in. You don't have to do everything, but making sure that you are in a community will help with really strengthening your progress on the program.
Yeah, this is just biblical. You're to be in a community. You're to help each other, pull each other up. When you see a brother that's falling, you're to lift him up. Okay, that's what this is about. When we see people who are down, who are hurting, they're in the community with us. We're here to encourage them, to help them up. And you want that also. When you're down, you need someone to pick you up. And so the community part is my favorite part of this whole program, because we see so many like-minded people who have struggles, have many things that are similar in their past, and other people are coming around them, loving on them, lifting them up, helping them up. And that's what we're supposed to do as Christians, okay? But as people alone, you're to help your fellow man. And that's what this community is about. We're here to help you, and you're here to help others, so we can support each other.
Yes, absolutely. And really nice thing, us as coaches, we have a community also outside of just this community. We also have a coaching community.
Which is
So
wonderful.
it is fantastic. So
Wonderful.
community is very important. Will you commit to your health plan? Food is fuel. So, this is a great time to talk about that because we are in the holiday season. What does every event, especially during the holidays, revolve around? Food. So we need to shift that mindset of, yes, there's going to be food there, but that is for fuel. Let's enjoy the company that we're with, the celebration of the holiday, all of that. So, staying true to your program, staying in structure is the key. Stop pushing dates back on ordering your fuelings, because if you run out, you have to go through detoxing again. Those first 3 not so fun days, you don't want to do that. You need to make sure your body is getting the fuel it needs to stay on program until we get you to your goal. Also, holidays here, so a lot of things are being shipped. We don't want to take a chance because we pushed back getting our fuelings in a week or 2 weeks, and now shipping is part of that problem. You're going to make yourself run short. So it is very important to not push those dates back. If you're 100% on program, you do need 21 to 22 boxes to get through a full month, not 10 boxes. 10 boxes get you through 2 weeks. So, you need to look at that as well to make sure that you are planning ahead so that you can stay in structure with your fuelings. If you do run out of fuelings, like I said, you're going to have to go through those first 3 days again if you throw yourself out of fat burn. So stay in communication again with your coach. Make sure that you are keeping enough fuelings on hand so that through this holiday season, you can stay in structure and see progress instead of going reverse as you are getting towards your goal.
Yeah, I agree. I think most of us understand that we know that we need this many fuels a day. We need to be fueling our bodies this way. Are your goals worth it? That's what you have to decide yourself. Okay. We can't decide as coaches. We can lead you to the water, but we can't make you drink, like horses. But at some point you got to decide, I'm worth this. Okay. I'm worth a healthier me. All right. The people around me are worth a healthier me. Okay. Those that I love are worth a better version of myself. Okay. I'm not giving that to them right now. My goal is to give that to them. Okay. But to do that, you got to be on plan. You got to get on plan. You got to do the plan the way the plan's designed to do. Okay. You will get there. It's fixing this, going back to the first thing. Can you fix that mindset? You've got to fix that mindset. Saying, I can do this. There is a way. We have, over and over and over, we show you that it can be done. It's been done by thousands, tens of thousands of people. Okay. It's been done right. But there are people who say, well, it doesn't work for me. I promise if you work for it, it will work for you.
Yes.
But you've got to decide that the mindset here, it's yours, and it's all up to you. And you can do it.
Exactly. Okay. I want everyone to either have something to write with and a piece of paper, or get your phone out and use the notes section, because I want to see how committed you are to your health journey. Okay. So each of these 4 areas, I want you to give a number from 1 to 25. 25 is the most you can have in each area on how committed you have been, not how committed you're going to be, but how committed you have been to each area. So first one is communication with your coach. 1 to 25. The second one is the growth mindset. How invested are you in the habits of health, listening to the elements, getting in the life book, that part of it? 1 to 25. Not how much you're going to be, but how much you have been up to this point. The community. How involved are you in the community? That number is pretty good for most of you if you're here on Saturday morning, but really throughout the last month even, how committed have you been to interacting on lifelong transformation, being a part of that, being on the Zooms, finding your place within the community?
Or seeing your coaches, they will post. How are you talking to them on their post? You said many of you will see it. Do you just go through it, or do you actually communicate with them on that post? When you see a post go up by one of your coaches, do you talk onto that post? That is a great way of being part of that community with your coach.
Right. And then the fuelings. If you're on the 5 and 1, how committed from 1 to 25 have you been on the 5 and 1? Have you been 5 and 1-ishing it? If you're on the 4 and 2, same thing. Where you're at in your program, part of the program, how committed have you been up to this point, 1 to 25? Okay, we all have 4 numbers written down. I want you to add them up.
Probably should have told you to bring a calculator.
In the chat, I want you to put the number that your final number. How much did yours come out to? I'm looking at the chat right now. I see some numbers it's going to add up anywhere from 1 to 100, 70, 80, 50. I love the honesty. Awesome. 58, 32, 60, 50. Awesome. Great job of having that number. Fantastic. I applaud everybody for having that number that you put up there. I also see room for growth for everyone. I didn't see anybody write 100%. I couldn't write 100%. But everybody, what I'm saying here is everybody has room for improvement. So you're looking at the numbers and you know where your number wasn't as close to 25. Or you don't have a number even written down because you haven't even thought about that piece yet. That's where I want you this week to concentrate on your lowest number there. And let's get that number up first. Let's do one at a time. We can all strive to get to actually 100% transformation. We're getting out of the diet mindset and into the lifelong transformation. And to do that, we need all 4 commitments. One more question. On a scale of 1 to 10, how ready are you to make these commitments? 10 being the highest, 1 being the lowest, of course. How committed are you to making these commitments? Great, Heidi. Love it, Diane. All right, Jerry. 7 is good. Anytime we are increasing that number, I love it. Yes, love all these 10s. All right, awesome. And I love the honesty as well. Great job, Brianna. Down 7 pounds because you've been hitting the 5 and 1 super hard. That's great.
Awesome.
That is awesome. So all of us, everyone on here, coaches alike, we all have room for improvement. But being able to identify where those are, because I want a lifelong transformation. My health journey is continuous. My goals change, but I'm still striving to better myself and be the healthiest version of me. And that's what all of us want to get to that point. It's baby steps, one thing at a time, but plugging into the whole program, not just the food aspect of it, but all 4 components. So we are making a commitment to be all in with all 4 pieces. Now I want to hear from you. Any questions? Excuse me. Anything that you've had struggles with that you want some guidance on?
I just wanted to welcome Laura. Laura said on here, it was right after you stopped checking them, Suzette. She's on day 2 after an 18-month hiatus. So she is giving herself a low number today, but she is back at it. And, you know, that's what it's about, you guys, is not giving up, not having that scarcity mindset of, why do I have to do this? It's the holidays. Why does everybody else get to do that? Right? I mean, just in life, having a scarcity mindset is so defeating. So empowering yourself with, hey, I'm making all these choices. I can make any choice I want, right? And we talk about that all the time. But I guess my question is, if anybody's willing to be transparent and vulnerable, or what are the obstacles that keep you derailing or from giving that, you know, nobody's necessarily going to have 100%, but because none of us are perfect, right? We have weeks or whatever, but is anyone willing to share the obstacles that keep you derailing yourself? Is it a mindset? Is it an inconvenience? Is it I'm just not committed, I'm not prepping my food, you know? And let's talk about that for a minute, because we can help you with that, you know? So Brianna.
Hey guys, good morning. Sorry I sound so terrible. We are all sick here in our household. And that is one of the challenges that keeps derailing me since really before Thanksgiving. My coach Celeste and I had tried to do a challenge, and the flu bug hit, and it would go from kid to kid, and then me and my husband, and then it just kind of circled back around. And it was hard because I had to fuel my body more than what the feelings were able to give me, because it was like one, I didn't have the, I guess I've lost my train of thought. The appetite that I normally would, like every trying to eat every 2 to 3 hours. Sometimes I would just feel so yucky that I wouldn't. And then I realized, oh wait, I haven't eaten in 6 hours. And then I would kind of like, engorge myself with the food. And it was tough. And, it's like, man, I just really want some chicken soup, like some good hearty chicken soup and stuff like that. And just, it was a slippery slope for a while there. We're getting better. Now I've kind of gotten sick again, but I don't feel as bad. So that's really been a challenge for us here lately. For me, is just sticking with it with all the sickness and being up all night and everything else with the kiddos. So that's kind of taken a toll on me.
Yeah. Wow. It is hard when you're sick, but you have the right mindset. You are,
Yes.
you know what to do, and you know that your body needs the nutrition, and doing your best, especially when you're sick. I applaud you for that.
Yes, absolutely. And that is a hard call, Brianna. And sometimes we just survive during that type of a situation, right? But just to also encourage you guys with the fact that, and when you don't have an appetite or you're nauseous or whatever, that's a hard thing, right? You have to listen to your body. But when you are able to eat, just as an encouragement, remembering that the fuelings, 24 vitamins and minerals, probiotics. So really, the more you can stay on a shake or the chicken soup or stuff that you can agree with in your body, you're getting a lot of nutrients with that. So, do the best you can. But again, you just kind of have to survive when you're feeling like you can't eat and all of that stuff. So Jennifer has her hand up.
Hi,
Hey,
Jennifer.
Hello.
Hey.
So I would say for me is I still struggle when it gets stressful at work, and I've picked up I work nights, and the hospital has been very busy lately. So that has been one of, I think, my downfalls. So I've been trying to bring a bunch of different fuelings with me, because I just never know what I have the time to eat, what I'm going to be in the mood to eat. Do I need something more chocolatey? Do I need something different? So I've been trying to do that. And I think my other downfall is I think I get very complacent, like, oh, that looks like 7 ounces, and that looks like the right amount of vegetables. And I don't measure, and I don't take the time to do that. And I think that that gets me when I think I try to eyeball it, and I'm like, oh, that should be good. And I'm probably overeating, or not or under eating, if I don't take the time to do that. So I think those probably are my biggest, where I get kind of a little complacent with doing my lean and greens.
Yes.
Okay, well, you know what, but knowing that and making that shift now will just help you, make sure that your body's getting enough and staying out of the starvation. So that's good. So make that your goal this week, to make sure that you are measuring and weighing every single lean and green.
And to be honest with you, Jennifer, most people who do that and don't measure are shorting themselves.
Yes.
It's just human nature to say, well, I'd rather have less than enough. When you're thinking about a diet and not really about a lifestyle change, thinking about diet, well, it's better to have less, and it's not. Okay. And so it's so important to measure. It really is.
Yeah.
So good.
And I think too, you know, that's awesome, because you've already intervened in your crises, right? For your nursing terms, we'll use nursing terms for you, because you've already recognized the problem, and you know the outcome already. So now you have to put the interventions in there.
Yeah.
And even if that means that you got really, really busy at work, and so you have to double up on a fueling. Right? Because you guys, it's so incredibly important that you get all 5 fuelings and a measured lean and green, because again, the doctors and the nutritionists have combined that perfect combination of your carbohydrates, your fats, your proteins, to get you and keep you in that gentle, efficient fat burn. So again, to reiterate what Matt said, if you're getting under, which most of you probably are when you're eyeballing it, you're going to eventually go into starvation. Maybe your body's going to hold on to fat. The other big thing, I would dare say, if you're in that situation, you're hungry a lot.
Yes.
Because your insulin and your blood sugars are doing this, because you're not in fat burn. So get yourself back into that tight fat burn. And we all have life. You will always have life. We all have, you have jobs, you have kids, you have grandkids. I was just telling them, my grands are here right now, and I'm like, oh, I'm like, need a nap. But that being said, you're all doing amazing at just like looking at what's going on in your life, and okay, let's figure out. And that's again where you lean into that coach, because have somebody help you make a plan. What can we do from keeping that obstacle from derailing us every single time? And we figure it out, but keep moving that one step forward, because that's progress. Don't beat yourself up. Don't think that you have to be perfect all the time.
Exactly. Laura, you have your hand up.
Hi, I was the person that just came back on day 2, and I wanted to share this for coaches. My coach never gave up on me, but I gave up on the plan. And so I had this moment on my birthday last week where I thought, this is ridiculous. This is where your best decisions have led you. You have got to get back on a diet plan. And basically a day later, I get an email from her, and I thought, man, I knew my phone listened to me, but I didn't know it could get all the way to the Up to Be a Coach. And anyway, she had sent out this email to guess some of us who were stragglers. And I really appreciated that. And I immediately said, wow, I want to go back on plan. So never give up on us. And I never want to ghost her again, because I needed the community. And when you said that this morning, it resonated. I think what I did was I did not stick in the community. So
Yeah.
people will tell you, oh, just eat keto. You don't need to order those things. Why are you eating those bars, when you're at work or with friends or whatever, And I kind of started to think, well, maybe they're right, And so anyway, I just wanted to say I appreciate the coach and I appreciate her persistence. Welcome back. Thank you for welcoming me back.
Yes,
Yes,
we're so
welcome.
glad you're here.
And what beauty in your words, right? And opening up and welcoming back your coach.
Yeah,
And Laura, there's always going to be naysayers and people that are going to say, oh, why are you doing this or why are you doing that? They're not walking in your shoes and they're not living your life. And so you can't listen to that. What you got to understand is what works. The people that you surround yourself with, the people who love you, who want to help you, who are encouraging you in your walk and not trying to drag you down.
exactly. Gerald.
Hi, I wanted to, well, first off, I just want to say, whenever you talk about the 4 key components,
Uh-huh.
I just got this book in the mail. I'm not a book reader, and I guess that's why in my growth and elements book, I labeled myself a 1 because I'm not a reader. So I'm hoping that I commit myself to reading this. This is a book, being a Tampa Bay, in the area of Tampa Bay, Tom Brady on his armchair quarterback with Blaine Gabbert. They talked about, they answer questions. And one of the things he talked about is like, he reads this book once a year. It's called The 4 Agreements. So I'm like, you know what? I'm going to get that book. So I ordered it when I was down in Key West on during Thanksgiving, where I did lose 0.8 pounds during
That's awesome
that week.
vacation.
I thought I was going to gain 2, but I'm like, oh, I lose weight.
You did great.
So but yeah, just I need to do better at the elements. So Suzette, we'll talk this week about that. If I weigh in tomorrow, I'm hoping I lose this week. I've always lost every week, but I did get weak on like chips and fish dip this week, and I think I need to talk to you, I guess, better about me measuring my greens.
Okay.
I got my scale for my leans. I guess I need to get better at greens. So I'll talk to you about that. And if I have to, I'll go on a 2-week shake blitz, right? But what I forgot her name. I'm sorry, the one before me who said she's on day 2 of coming back.
That's Laura.
Laura, sorry. Yeah, you can't listen to other people. Like you doing, when you're doing something, people always, they will chit chat, and I haven't, since I've been on mine. I bring my fuelings with me to work. Yes. Everywhere I go, actually, because Suzette said, hey, you should have it in the car. I'm like, that's weird, but you know what? It's awesome. And I haven't gone to lunch with anyone because I just eat at my desk. But yeah, you can't let people, they will drag you down. Sometimes people have this crab mentality, and you want to get out of this bucket of toxicity, and they will just drag you down. Well, a crab will like pull the legs off other crabs. So I just just want to say that this is a great community. I need to do better at the online in the community. But I would just want to thank Suzette on a chance meeting in St. Pete 7 weeks ago, when I was just having coffee with one of my lenders, and I saw her Jeep. It said certified health coach. And so that was a gift, I think, for, and it works. I'm like, oh, I got a Jeep. Let me, say hi to this person here. And we started talking. And I'm on meds. I just, every morning when I take my meds, and then I won't get off these meds until the doctor says so. But that's one of my goals, to get off meds, and also to lose, 50, 60 pounds. And I'm on my journey, on my way. And just wanted to thank everyone here. And it's a great community.
That's
Yes.
awesome.
And this is my first time really participating in a Zoom call, so I know I'm a little long-winded, so,
All right, that was great.
We are so glad that you did decide to join us this morning, and hopefully you will continue, and I know you will, and we will talk.
I'm usually sleeping on Saturday
So-
morning, so.
And Gerald, you're right.
Let's-
There's that old saying, misery loves company. And
Yeah,
there are a lot of people who are miserable and would love you to be miserable with them. They hate to see
Yep.
people improving their lives. They really don't like it. And because it
100%.
challenges them, and a lot of people don't like that challenge. And so you've got to remember that when people are, like you said, chit-chatting in your ear, misery loves company. Okay. So if you're trying to improve your life, you're trying to get healthy, you're trying to get better, keep trying to get better. Don't let people drag you down.
exactly.
I have two comments. So first of all, my question, did y'all give each other the Jeep peace sign?
The Jeep Wave,
Always.
always, but
All
we
right.
weren't driving. but
Okay,
There was a Jeep
okay.
community instantly.
Okay, so, but what, such incredible words, because that is such truth. People do not know the 4 commitments of Optavia. They do not know how it works. They do not understand the science behind the fuelings. They think they may know. They think, oh, you're eating just this food that's full of just crap, right? They just don't know. So sometimes it's a lack of knowledge as well, as the crab mentality, the naysayers, the whatever, but many times it is, oh, ooh, I'm watching them. But you know what? Here's the key. Here's the truth. They are watching.
Mhm.
So as you continue on your journey and you have that mental clarity and you're optimistic and you're sleeping great and your energy's good and your knees no longer ache and your reflux is gone and you're dropping pounds, they'll be watching. So always keep that in the back of your mind. And if you're feeling like pressured from that component, commitment number 1, lean in to your coach. We will help you give answers to that. So, that's part of it, right? But the truth of the matter is you and I are responsible for our health. Nobody else. So they're responsible for theirs. So we can let that go. We have to do what is right for us. So, just always stay committed to that. And again, if you're feeling that pressure, lean into us because we will help you. We will be nice about it to your friends. Suzette might not be, but
Yeah.
That's why I come alongside her.
calm her down.
Whatever. Well, it was
Hey,
so
Sus-
nice of all of.
Sorry, one more thing, Suzette. Sorry, I want to give credit to you because I'm down almost 20 pounds and probably about 3 or 4 belt loops. So I mean, I'm feeling wonderful and I had to buy new jeans yesterday.
Yes.
Nice.
And I hope that I just wasted money on those that I have to buy new jeans again in a few weeks. So
Oh, you don't
Yes.
have to hope. It's a definite. Mhm.
You got
thank
it.
you again.
Awesome.
You got it.
Yes. Well, thank you all for coming this Saturday and being on here with us. And I hope you all have a fantastic first week of December. And I'll be looking to see all of you on Lifelong Transformation. Your comments, post about your own health journey. We love that. And we will see you next Saturday.
Yes.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.